What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Pleeka. I'm Jerome. Today we're doing another tier list video where I'll be ranking the Doctors through 2005 to 2023. And the reason I'm doing it those times is because, yeah, I have seen all of the Doctors at some point. I've seen an episode or two of a couple of them, but I don't know the older Doctors like I know these Doctors, and I feel like it would just be kind of silly of me just to go in here and be like, oh, D tier, C tier, A tier with all of them when I really have no clue what I'm talking about. I felt like it'd be fair if I made my own and just did the Doctors that I kind of know, or the more modern ones that we all know, you know? I don't know. That makes sense to me. Hopefully no one gets their panties in a twist. I just didn't want to lie about the Doctors, really. But all right, let's get right into it. Now, there is some little things here that you might be wondering. Actually, hold on a second. My order is not right. So let's just go through the Doctors we have, and then we will rank them, okay? So we have Paul McGann, we have the War Doctor, we have Eccleston, we have Tennant, we have Matt Smith, we have Peter Capaldi, we have Jodie Whittaker, we have David Tennant again, and then we have our brand new 15th Doctor that we haven't really seen any of yet. Now, I'm really only going off of promos and stuff like that for him. I think he's going to be fucking great. I'm excited for him. But we don't know much, so I threw him on here, but I can't really judge him yet until the Christmas episode. I think he's going to be an outstanding, fun Doctor. I'm so excited to get into his shit. We have Paul McGann, and he was an older Doctor. They brought him back because he only got to do like the movie and shit, I believe. But Stephen Moffat brought him back for like a special. I think there's even some books and audio things that he's done, but I'm only going off of the special I've seen with Stephen Moffat that led him into becoming the War Doctor. His special is pretty fun. I don't remember exactly. It's like leading into the 50th anniversary, I believe, and like he meets these witches or something. I very vaguely remember it, but it was pretty fun. But I liked whenever he popped up here and there, whenever we would get some more stuff from Stephen Moffat. So I'm gonna put him C tier. I do like him, but he didn't get a real Doctor run, so it's kind of, I feel like it's lame to put him up high. He doesn't deserve it that much, he didn't get to do a lot. Although, that being said, the War Doctor is going straight up to A tier. I fucking love John Hurt. He's amazing as the War Doctor. Oh, I wish we got more of him. Unfortunately, he passed and we can't. But fuck, what a great Doctor we got there, especially like the whole run of Tennant's shit with like talking about the war, and like it's just really fun finally getting to see like what Doctor went through the war. You always kind of assumed it was Eccleston or shit like that, but so it was fun to put a face to that Doctor, and like even in the 50th anniversary see them kind of be like afraid of him, like, what are you doing here? I don't know. It's just fun. Plus, it's John Hurt. Like, how can you not enjoy that? So, yeah, A tier for him, 100%. So, next we have is Eccleston, our 9th Doctor. Again, this one's a little weird because, like, I love him. He's going to get a good ranking. But, like, he only has one season. So, it's one of those weird things where it's, like, it's a very, like, unique taste. And I don't know. He's, like, the cool, like, fun, I got a leather jacket Doctor. Sometimes I pull out a banana. I'm putting him up at A tier with the War Doctor. I really, really enjoy him. It's kind of that his season was the first I watched, and it got me into the show, going through everything. So he introduces us to Rose. Like, we get a lot of the stuff I love from Tennant's era through him, like, introduced to. Plus some of the storylines, like with Rose and her dad, like when she goes back in time and meets him, like at the church. There's some crazy. Are You My Mummy? Some crazy good episodes with him. So he has to be up in A tier. I wish we could get him to come back. Eccleston, it also introduces us into Captain Jack, which is also great. Eccleston always makes me wonder, like, what would it have been like if he stuck around and we didn't get Tennant, or if we still maybe get Tennant just a little bit later? Like, what would the second season be like with Eccleston? What would be different? I always wonder that, because like he was intended to stick around. He just didn't want to be typecast in the role. Even though I think he has absolute no interest in coming back, I would love to see Eccleston return as the Doctor. Oh, that'd be amazing. Although if I can criticize him and Tennant, I don't like the interior design of him and Tennant's TARDIS. It's just kind of, it seems dirty and, like, I don't know, old, and like, I feel like when I got inside, I would have to sneeze from all the dust, you know what I mean? But speaking of that, we got David Tennant. No, without a even doubt, our first S tier Doctor, one of the best, if not the best. Like, do I even have to discuss why I like David Tennant? Jesus. One of the saddest regenerations in Doctor Who history is David Tennant. I don't want to go, and we're probably going to get it again this fucking next episode. Just some amazing episodes. You got the whole Captain Jack storyline with the face of Bo. You got Donna Noble with Dr. Donna, which is coming up recently with the specials. Rose with the other universe. Like, there's just so many sad yet amazing storylines with Tennant. Like, how can he not be S tier? I love him. I could rewatch David Tennant's era over and over. I mean, honestly, David Tennant, it's spoiler. David Tennant, Matt Smith, Peter Capaldi, those are my favorites. I can fucking watch those on repeat. Some of my favorites with David Tennant are honestly like the shit with the Master. Like, it gets so crazy, and I love the little sprinkled bits of the Master stuff throughout the season that you can catch, like posters and whatnot, or even like the Bad Wolf stuff. That's what gets me so excited for Doctor Who, is things like that. Anyways, though, David Tennant, S tier. Is that even a question? I gotta scroll down a little bit so we can see these guys. All right, so Mr. Matt Smith is S tier. Oh, I could make him like a better S tier than Tennant. That's interesting. I'm just gonna put him into the order that I've done. I think Matt Smith, out of the ones we've gotten so far, he has the best first episode of a Doctor. I absolutely adore his first episode. Him meeting Amy, just the whole Star of the Girl Who Waited storyline. Plus, it's just like, it's the way it's filmed, it's just all of a sudden so different than the other seasons. And yet he's dressed up as Tennant like the whole time. It's just really fun. I think he has the best first episode. I also think he has the best. I love Rose. Rose is my favorite Tennant companion. Amy and Rory are just a little bit above her. I think they could be the best companions on the show. Downside, Matt Smith does introduce Clara. I like Clara, but she sticks around way too fucking long. So that kind of knocks down some of those storylines a little bit for me, because I'm just like, fuck, this has to be with her. Clara does have some good moments, though. I will say, like, the first couple times Matt Smith meets her, like when she's in the Dalek, when what is it, like the Victorian era or something, it's the snowy village area, you know, the Christmas one with the snowman, he sees her there. There's a couple times like that where he runs into her, and then she becomes the girl who she meets all the doctors. I forget what it's called. But that stuff, I do enjoy that, but I kind of think after that she should have been done. It felt like that was setting up her leaving, and then she was like, you know what, I could stick around in this TARDIS still a little bit. This TARDIS looks pretty nice, Doctor. But yeah, I like her and I don't like her, so she kind of ruins Matt Smith and Capaldi beginning and end a little bit with some of them. I also really, really, really like Stephen Moffat's writing. I know some people really don't. But I like Dracula and Sherlock and like everything else he's done since Doctor Who and during Doctor Who. I absolutely love and go try. Like The Time Traveler's Wife, I loved. Fucking got canceled, assholes. But yeah, I love his writing. So him and Russell T Davies, I'll always go back for. That's why I'm excited for Doctor Who returning. That's kind of why I'm doing this year. The new specials have got me back into Doctor Who since Jodie Whittaker took me out. Fucking told me to look at the roses and shot me in the fucking head. Anyways, I love Matt Smith. Also, with Matt Smith, him and River's song, the whole fucking storyline with Amy and Rory and River and revealing it's their kid. It's fucking, some of that shit to me at the time was mind-blowing. I think my favorite 2 episodes of Matt Smith, which is hard to say because I really liked some of the stuff in season 6 of his, but at the end of season 5 with the Big Bang and the Pandora's box opening, all that, love that storyline. It's just when they have fun with that time travel bits, and it's like kind of Bill and Teddy-ish, and I don't know, and then all of a sudden it gets extremely sad. But yeah, like honestly, if I could get another episode with Amy, Rory, the Doctor, and River, oh my god, I could die happy. Alright, so next we have Peter Capaldi, another S tier. I like the thing is what I love about Doctor Who is I love Tennant, I love Matt Smith, and I love Peter Capaldi so much in such different ways as the Doctor. The downside with Peter Capaldi is that he, like I said for Matt Smith, he got stuck with Clara for a bit. When he gets his own people, that's when he starts to get really good, and I really, really enjoyed him. Although I do like the Maisie Williams stuff with Clara, that was kind of fun. The fucking Billy, I loved her as a companion. So sad that she just had to die. Like, what? You're like, holy shit, he has his own companion. This is awesome. She's amazing. But then in the back of your mind, you're like, there's another Doctor next season. Is this going to be her companion? And nope, she's just dead. So I guess we're just moving on from Billy. But yeah, I loved her. I didn't like Clara and the Mr. Pink guy. I can't remember what his original name was, what his first name was. But I didn't like their storyline stuff at all. Really, a lot of the stuff with Clara, I just didn't like. So that kind of puts Peter Capaldi down. But he's such a great Doctor that he still goes up to S tier after all that. Peter Capaldi, I think, I love David Tennant's Master. I think Peter Capaldi's Master is just a little bit better. I loved her. I thought she was so great. The Master after her had ups and downs, but I loved her. Maybe we should do a Master ranking video. That'd be kind of fun. The moment we've all been waiting for, Jodie Whittaker Doctor. Now, this is where I gave up on the show. I watched her whole first season and the specials, and then 2 years later it came back. I watched the first 2 episodes, and I couldn't anymore. So I stopped, and then when it came out on Max or something, I binged it. After the specials of that, and I didn't even watch her last season until the last couple episodes I watched it to see her regenerate into David Tennant. But I didn't like the writer, I didn't like his other things, and I didn't like her companions, I didn't like her, I'm okay with the girl doctor. I think that could be fun. I just didn't like Jodie Whittaker as the doctor and everything with that. It was just boring for me, and I couldn't watch it. But I knew I could come back to the show. I knew I wasn't done with Doctor Who forever. That being said, I'm putting her in D tier. She's not horrible. She's watchable, but it's not the fun Doctor Who I like, you know? And we're just gonna move past it. I don't wanna just shit on her, this thing. And, you know, it's bad as D tier, whatever. We're moving on past it. It doesn't matter anymore. I would like to see her return with new writers in the show, like Russell T Davies. I would love to see what he does with her. I think that could be good. But back to David Tennant. He's returned. We have 2 specials with him. He's a little bit different now. You know, he's got a little mixtures of things of original him, Matt Smith, Peter Capaldi, even Jodie Whittaker all in there. It's all leading into the new 15th Doctor with Ncuti Atwa. I hope I'm saying that right. Yeah, it's been amazing so far, these specials. Maybe, like, the episodes, like, they're okay, they're good, they're entertaining, but just, like, getting this Doctor Who back, Donna's returning, I'm really afraid it's going to be sad with her. Spoilers. You know, I've only seen the 2 specials so far, but I'm worried. We got to see Wilf again, though. It's just like it's hitting the Doctor Who nostalgia with him, so it's got to be S tier. And now last Doctor, the 15th one, and I can really only go off of they inserted him to Adventures in Time and Space at the end, replacing Matt Smith, and then the specials we have of the trailers for the specials that that we've seen, and then the trailer for his season slightly. I think he's instantly gonna be an S tier. I think he will be an S tier Doctor, but because I don't have any legit footage of him, he's gonna have to be A tier. I haven't really seen him in action. I think he's gonna be S tier with Tennant, Matt Smith, and Capaldi. I think he's going to be one of the greats. All right, and that's it for me ranking the Doctors. If you'd like to see me rank the Companions or the Masters or maybe even some of the villains, that would be fun. I'm going to need a cheat sheet for them because there's no way I can remember all those names. But yeah, this was fun. I wish I could have done all the Doctors, but like I said in the beginning, I just don't have the knowledge of any of them. I mean, I barely have fucking knowledge of these guys. You know what I mean? Fuck. If you want to do this same tier list as I did, you want to rank the modern Doctors, link in the description for the tier list, or look up on Tier List Maker Doctor Who 2005 to 2023, and you should find it pretty easy. Yeah, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next time for another tier list video, my babies.